It's so often the province of talented Scandinavians and well-funded South Americans, but it's produced two strong British contenders recently, Oliver Gavin and notably Kelvin Burt, who leads the championship into round 11 at Snetterton, for which Murray Walker is the commentator.
After 10 of the 15 rounds, the championship is coming to a head as the competitors get ready at Snetterton. After 4 wins from the last 7 races, Oliver Gavin in his Dallara Vauxhall has rocketed up to second place, 15 points behind the leader. But a major threat to Oliver here is Brazilian Ricardo Rossi, although the favourite has to be Kelvin Burt, as he's already won 5 times for the prestigious Paul Stewart team. It's appropriate to remember, though, that not so long ago, Hungarian Grand Prix winner Damon Hill was one of the top men in Formula 3, racing here at Snetterton in atrocious conditions. With slick or rain tyres and wings for downforce, Formula 3 is where you can really develop single-seater racecraft and learn to dodge the spinners. And it's also where you can learn to take the hard knocks that racing can hand out. Damon's misery after he'd lost it out of the S's was written all over his face. But that's all behind him now. Pole position is Kelvin Burt's. Like everyone who wants to win in Formula 3 these days, Kelvin switched from the British Reynard car to the Italian Dallara. With its Japanese Mugen engine, he won first time out at Donington to lead the championship commandingly. Rossi second on the grid, Belgian Mark Goossens third, Warren Hughes fourth, and Brazil's Andre Ribeiro fifth alongside Stephen Arnold. Oliver Gavin is down at 8th, a big handicap, and with his main rival 3 rows ahead of him, he's going to have to fight his way past 6 very determined men to reach Burt. Can he do it? Well, we'll soon know. It's a 20-lap race round Snetterton's 2-mile track. Burt in pole position, Rossi on the right. And Burt's got a clear track ahead of him for the blast down to Rich's corner when the lights turn to green, and they've just done that. All the way well on a dry track down to Rich's corner. Burt leads, Rossi second, Goossens third, and in the yellow car, Gavin, there he is, he's up into 4th place from 8th on the grid. Terrific. Now we're with Gavin, 3 Dallaras ahead, he's gained 4 paces by the first corner. That's Goossens in the red and white car ahead. To see a corner and out of it, down the long Revitt straight at 135 miles an hour. Here they come. Burt leading, Rossi second, Goossens third, and Goossens on the right is attacking Rossi for second as they go into the S's. Has he got it? No, he hasn't. It's Burt, Rossi, Goossens in the red and white car. Gavin is in 4th position under the bridge, and that's where Damon Hill spun, and there is a spinner. It's Marcos Queiroz from Brazil in the Dallara, and out of the bomb hole they come. Stephen Arnold is in 5th place. We're back with Oliver Gavin. He's got a Vauxhall engine. The 3 cars ahead have got Mugens. Now, who is quickest? Out of Korenka, and there's another spinner. Someone else off. It's Warren Hughes. He was a likely winner in the Dallara Fiat. Out goes the board. Burt leads, Rossi second, Goossens third. There's a bit of a gap to Oliver Gavin in 4th place. So, down to Rich's. The first 5 are in line. They've all got about 160 horsepower. And in the pits is Jeremy Dufour, the young Frenchman in the West Surrey Racing Dallara. He was the man who spun at the S's with Queiroz. There's another one there. That's Pedro de la Rosa. He's having a new nose fitted to his car, so he's bashed somebody. Dufour leaving the pits, rejoining the race. And here's a replay of Gavin's super start. Past Jamie Spence, past Stephen Arnold, up to Warren Hughes, past him, up into 4th place by the first corner. That is incredible. So, down the main straight, Burt, Rossi, Goossens, Gavin. Behind him is Arnold, back again with Oliver Gavin. It looks to me as though he's closing up on Goossens a bit as they come up into Sia corner, and out of it. He's followed by Stephen Arnold, who's in 5th position. He's doing well, there he is. Down the Revitt straight. Now, Burt is looking good for a 6th win already, but only a couple of seconds cover the first 5. Here they come. Burt, Rossi, Goossens, Gavin, and Stephen Arnold in 5th position. There is Gavin, and there is Arnold. So from there on to the bomb hole, 4th gear, 100 miles an hour. And behind those 5, it's Ribeiro and Scott Lakin. Ribeiro driving in the Dallara for the first time. And out of Coram, up to the Russell chicane. Gavin is making no real impression the man who's won 4 races in succession in his Dallara Vauxhall. There's the leader, Bert. Behind him is Rosset, then it's Goossens, then it's Gavin. And as a matter of fact, none of them seem to be making much of an impression on the man in front. And Kelvin Bert has still got that clear track. Here he is, into the long Revit straight. Now this is where the speed builds up. A bit of sparks from underneath the under tray of the Dallara there. Kelvin Bert coming straight towards us now. In line astern behind him, the people who are chasing, Rosset, Goossens, Gavin, Arnold. Look back, in 6th position is Ribeiro, there he is. Behind him in the first Reynard is Scott Lakin, that's the red car, number 27. Out of the S's they come. And Marcos Gueros, number 6 in the yellow car, is recovering well after a spin. He's caught the B-class man, George King, and he's going to pass him now. He's done so down the straight. He's got a terrific speed advantage in the Dallara, of course. So, Gueros recovering well. His car doesn't look at all damaged. And at the end of the lap, 1.3 seconds covers Bert, Rosset, Goossens. Gavin is over a second behind them. So there is Rosset. Highest position he's had so far in the series is 3rd. Each of them is hoping that the man in front is going to make a mistake, because it looks to me as though that is the only way that they'll get past. Meantime, down the field, there's a battle between Chris Clark in the red Ralt and Abel Gonzalez in the blue Ralt. Here they are. Gonzalez, Clark in front of him. They're not famous names, but these are the stuff of Formula 3. They're in Class B 4-year-old cars. They're driving just as hard as the men in front, trying to make a reputation for themselves. And Clark dodging about a bit to stop Gonzalez getting past him. Well, he's entitled to take whatever line he likes, provided he doesn't weave too much. Pedro de la Rosa in the West Surrey Racing Dallara, just getting away. That was a long pit stop. Of course, he's right out of the race, and the battle for the lead continues. Bert is on target for 9 points, probably one for fastest lap as well, as they exit the Russell chicane, go through to complete another lap. Here they are. So Rosset behind him, Goossens looking for an opportunity to get past the Brazilian ahead, just as Rosset is looking for an opportunity to get past the Englishman ahead. In car with Kelvin Bert, the leader. This is lap 11. Now he's catching a tail ender, and if he can get in front of him before he reaches the S's, he'll have him between Bert and Rosset, and Bert is waving, hoping that the man ahead will see him in his mirrors and move over and let him through, but not let Rosset through. Well, Bert is through. That's beautifully timed. Rosset is not through. Goossens is not through. So that's helped Kelvin Bert. Rosset and Goossens get by. Good move there by Bert. And Goossens is swarming all over Rosset now, looking for second place as they come out of the bomb hole. Stephen Arnold. And that's Juan Cerda. Behind him is Andre Ribeiro. Down to Russell again. Disappointing for Oliver Gavin after having been so dominant. Here we are in the Dallara Vauxhall with Oliver. Goossens ahead. The Mugen and Vauxhall engines are very evenly matched, and that being so, I can't see anybody catching, let alone passing Kelvin Bert. But Marcos Gueros is going for it in the yellow Dallara. He's really motoring after an early spin. Past Gonzalez, past Clark. William Hewland in the blue car is next. Back again with Bert, and he's on his way to lap 2 more tail-enders. He's doing 135 miles an hour down to the S's here. Now he's looking ahead, he's saying I'm going for them, and he's hoping that they will see him bearing down so that they move over and let him through and not let Rosset through. Well, he's coming up under the bridge, up to the bomb hole. He's passed one of them. Now for the other, there's Bert. Up to Coram, then to Russell, the slowest corner on the whole course. This very, very tight hairpin left-hander down the main straight. Now that's Derek Watts ahead in the Ralt, in the white Ralt. Just compare the speed now of Bert's Dallara and Watts' Ralt. Bert just goes straight past. He's using the traffic beautifully. He's pulling away from Rosset and Goossens. They're concerned with each other, just as much as they're concerned with catching Kelvin Burt. So, out of Sear. Now, Jeremy Dufour, the young Frenchman who's rejoined the race, coming towards us, is about to be lapped by Kelvin Burt. Watts has already been lapped, and Goossens is going for it. On the right, Mark Goossens is inside. Ricardo Rosset looks to me as though he's going through into second place as they go up into the S's, and he's done it. Number 3, Mark Goossens, Belgium, is through into second position. Down to third place goes number 7, Ricardo Rosset. Watts behind them has been lapped, and he's still in front of Oliver Gavin, who's in 4th position. So, some action towards the closing stages of the race. A place change, and Mark Goossens is the man who did it. Russell, the left-hander. Out goes the blue flag, and that's telling Jeremy Dufour there in the blue and white car that Kelvin Burt is past him. Burt goes through and laps Dufour, and Burt is now some 2 seconds ahead of the battle behind him. He's just made the fastest lap. 1 minute 6.55 seconds. That's 105.6 miles an hour, and that is a new lap record at Snetterton for Kelvin Burt. He's a prospect for Formula 3000 in 1994. And Mark Goossens, number 3, second position. Ricardo Rosset behind him, still in 3rd place. Gavin is still in 4th position. Out of the S's, Kelvin Burt. And behind him, Marcos Gueros is continuing his progress. He's past Serna, but he's still last after a long stop. Out of Cora, up to Russell. Burt, Dufour, Goossens we're looking at now. You can see he's pulled away a bit from Ricardo Rosset, who is just as far in front of Gavin. And Kelvin Burt is almost home for his 6th win and 10 points. There is the Englishman from Tamworth in the Dallara Mugen. And let's go round the last lap with him. Into Sear, the right-hander, and out of it comparatively slowly. Now the speed builds up as he goes through the gears to 3rd, to 4th, to 5th, to 135 miles an hour, but he's got to slow right down for the S's that are ahead, and he'll be taking those in 2nd gear. So, from 4th to 3rd to 2nd, down to about 50 miles an hour. Now, accelerate under the bridge, up to the bomb hole, 4th gear, 100 miles an hour. Faster still, 5th gear, 120 miles an hour. Now to the slowest corner on the course, the left-handed Russell chicane after the right-hander that we are at now. And then Kelvin Burt will almost be able to see the checkered flag at the end of the 20 laps. He's into the last main straight now. There is the checkered flag. Kelvin Burt wins. Goossens is 2nd. Rosset is 3rd. Gavin is in 4th. Burt is delighted. It is his 2nd successive win in his new Dallara Mugen. But Chris Clark in the red car on the left is going to pass Mike Brains-Reynard as they go into the last corner. He's right up alongside, and he's off! They're both off! But amazingly, Brain carries on. So, a beautifully driven win for Kelvin Burt, who never even looked like being beaten. 10 points for him, 6 for Mark Goossens, and 4 for Ricardo Rosset, and another step towards the championship for Kelvin.
Feeling very confident, but there's 4 more to go, and that's 40 points, possible 40 points, and I think I'm only leading by probably 20, so we've got to keep our heads down and try and get those 4 in the bag. That would be a fantastic finish to the season with the new car.
Well, Kelvin is actually 22 points ahead of Gavin now, so that championship win may not be quite so difficult. But Oliver is just as determined to win as Kelvin is. And since only the best 12 results count, either of them could still do it.
And the next round of the championship is taking place this afternoon at Pembrey in South Wales.